Greetings, everyone. My name is Balisa Mufugeng. I am the co-founder and CEO of Edtech Bridges. What Edtech Bridges is, it is a nonprofit company concerned with ICT training of teachers. And because we understand that the need is beyond the teaching profession, we also extend our services to the youth as well. And welcome to our webinar series for 2023. We are looking at teaching design and architecture under the topic experiences of South African teachers abroad. So it's very much important that you are aware of what we're talking about and why we're doing what we're doing. So the reason why we did or we are running this webinar series is that we want to ensure that we give our audience, our teachers, and prospective teachers and everyone else who's interested an opportunity to have some form of backup in terms of opportunities that are out there. And we're very much aware that, please also be aware that this is not universal truth. What we are running, these are basically based on people's personal experiences. So you are allowed as a viewer to always, fact check and do your own research going forward, as we may not be held accountable for anything that happens beyond this conversation. So do make sure that as our panelists give you their information and their experiences, you don't take it as the whole truth. You also take it upon yourself to do further research so that you are not disadvantaged in any way. But of course, these are very much credible people. They're working abroad, and they're giving us their time and sharing their experiences with us. And today we do have our own personal person here at Edtech Bridges. We hope to have her, even in future webinars, because her insights are equally valuable. And I am going to introduce our speaker for the day. Her name is Regina Mamoletsane Chabalala, and I am going to read her profile. And it reads as follows. My name is Mamoletsane Chabalala, and I am an elementary school teacher at Zuhu Elementary School. I have a Bachelor of Education degree in secondary teaching and Bachelor of Education honors degree, which she both attained or obtained at Wits University. I have been teaching for 5 years now, 4 years in South Africa at a high school level, and 1 year teaching in Taiwan at an elementary school. I'm extremely passionate about education and entrepreneurship. It is for this reason I mentored a group of high school students who wish to become entrepreneurs. Since I started teaching, I have learned a lot and I have achieved a lot too. I produced 100% subject pass rate in 2 consecutive years. I have taught grade 12. I was recognized with awards both internally and externally by the Eastern Cape Department of Education in South Africa. In addition to my job, I am currently the lead teacher for an English reading club, which is an after-school program that provides opportunities for students to practice and participate in reading and learning English for better comprehension. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Mamo Regina Chabalala, who is all the way in Taiwan. Mamo, welcome.
Wow, thank you for having me. Thank you. That was a nice introduction. Thank you.
And thank you so much for making the time. I'm very aware that Taiwan is 6 hours ahead of South Africa. So thank you so much for making the time. I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
No,
And
thank you. No problem at all.
congratulations on your achievements. You did well before you left South Africa. Snap,
Yes,
snap, snap, snaps.
yes. I
Now,
really did well.
yes.
And I'm so happy that I left on a good note. Like everything that I did, I put my all. And
Yes.
I've built a good reputation. Like if
I
I
love
want
that.
to come back, I can still like do a lot. People see me as that girl.
Yes. The leader. Let's talk
Yeah.
about it. Why and when did you leave South Africa? Why did you leave South Africa? When did you leave us?
Okay, I left South Africa last year. This month actually marks 1 full year since I left South Africa.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
The main reason that I left South Africa is I wanted to follow my dream. It's always been a dream of mine to travel abroad to see what the other world is living like, and not just to watch it on movies. So for me, it was that thing of, it was like a wake up call for me to go out there and see what's happening. But one of the main thing that really made me to really stand up, it's COVID-19. Like
Yeah.
during the first pandemic, oh my goodness, I was so stressed that if this could be the last day, or these are my last days, I won't enjoy, because I haven't really lived the life that I really envisioned for myself.
Yes. Yeah.
So yeah, so I decided that okay, I'm gonna do this. And I remember even last year, early last year when I came, it was still during like a pandemic. It was so
Yes.
difficult to come in, and there were strict inspections and testing and testing. Imagine, I tested when I was in South Africa. When I got here
Yes.
at the airport, I had to
Was
test.
a lot.
So it was a lot of work. Yeah.
So you mentioned a lot of, rude awakening, realizing certain things as a result of COVID-19. And obviously, all of us, there comes a point in life where you're like, you know what, I'm leaving because I need to live out my dream.
Ah,
Now,
yeah.
it's been a year now since you've been that side. Can you just tell us the good and the bad, the highs and the lows that you've experienced so far?
Okay, so at first, when you get into a different place, obviously for a lot of people, you'll come across a cultural shock. So for me,
Yes.
it was at first it was a bit difficult to adjust, because as much as I knew some few people from, I knew them while I was still in South Africa, but
Yes, yes.
they were a bit far from where I was stationed now. So
Oh.
having to getting to know more people, socializing in a new world, it was a bit of a challenge for me, but I got it right at the end of the day. And another challenge is, when I was in South Africa, I was teaching high school. So now I'm back here in Taiwan and I'm teaching elementary. So elementary school, it's equivalent to primary school in South Africa. So now I have to, just calm down and reduce myself now and awaken this childish me in order to, adjust to the students' level and make learning fun for them. So for me, it was a bit of a challenge, but I'm still learning and I'm hoping that I'm getting there.
And that's the whole idea behind the growth mindset, just giving yourself the time and the opportunity to be in a space that you're unfamiliar with and you just learn and grow from there. And then now that you're there, in terms of the classroom experience, the fact that you're used to the high school setup, please take us through some of the similarities and the differences in as far as the classroom setup, teacher professional training, the teaching and learning, the curriculum. Just take us through the differences and the similarities in Taiwan.
Okay, so here right now in Taiwan, there are two main programs that are recruiting foreign teachers. The first program, it's the bilingual program, and the second program, I think it's the English communicative
Yes.
language program. This is where they teach purely English as a language. And the bilingual program, it's you are teaching other subjects, but in English, So in this, I'm in a bilingual program. So why am I bringing this? It's because both programs, they have foreigners, so we do things different from the
Yes.
local teachers, right?
Yes.
So, for instance, one of the main differences that when in South Africa we used to have what I think it's called IQMS. Is it IQM?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, is
So
it the
they
one of
have.
incentives? Is it the one of incentives where you get
Oh,
how
okay,
does it
well,
work?
here it's not really about incentives. It's that thing where you are teaching, another teacher comes and observes you, right?
Oh, okay.
Something like that. So
Observations.
yes, observations while teaching. So here in Taiwan, one of the most shocking thing is that you will not be watched by one teacher while you're teaching.
Oh
About 10 or more teachers will be sitting at the back watching you, scrutinizing you, watching what you are
no.
doing.
And noting and
Obviously not,
saying
yeah,
you're not
yeah,
doing
obviously
this,
not
you're doing
looking.
this.
Obviously, their main aim is not to look for all the bad things you are doing, but
Yeah.
it's
Yes.
more of looking at what you are doing and how you can improve in order to
Yes.
make learning easy for the students. So that's, for me, I think that's really shocking, that imagine 10 schools, that it's about 10 schools will come to your school and watch you teach,
Yeah.
and that's about it. And after that, you'll get the feedback from all the teachers and suggestions and things like that. So
Yes.
for me, I find it very intriguing. And then another difference is that for professional development, like in Taiwan, every Wednesday, I would say for elementary schools, it's a half school day. So a lot of workshops or courses or things like that that are teacher professional development, they
Mm-hmm.
most in most cases, not all the time, but in most cases,
Yes.
they are held on Wednesday. It can be
Mm-hmm.
online, you can it can be in person where you have to go to another
Mm-hmm.
school and things like that. But I find it very nice that although some of them you are not really forced to go there, they are optional, you can go if you want to. But I find it very interesting that every Wednesday you get an opportunity to learn something. I mean, that's
Yeah.
really good, especially for us. This is my first time doing this. Sometimes I'm still lost. So it's a good thing to meet other teachers, to learn and
Yes.
all that.
Yes.
So yeah. Oh, and then one last thing is
No
that
problem. Yeah.
oh, I'm sorry. And the one last thing is that the in South Africa, the entry level salary, I think around after or before deduction, it's around 20 or even more than that. But
Yeah.
In Taiwan, it's 62,700. That's the entry level. If you
So when
have
you
the
convert, so when you convert it to South African rands,
yeah, when you convert it to South African rand, it's like
well, you are rich, miss. Can
37,000.
I be can I be like your Makopeni, somebody that you can,
It's
bachelor there, be like,
But here's the interesting things. As
friend
much as
there.
it's like 37,000 something in South African rand, the cost of living though, it's not exactly the same as South
Yes.
Africa. So as much as you might be
Yes.
getting 30 something South African rand, but the way
Yes.
you live your lifestyle will determine if you are really rich or poor, because
Mhm.
something you need to take into
Yeah.
consideration.
And
Yeah.
talking about the lifestyle and the cost of living,
Mm.
do you still find that you need to find other side hustles so that you can sustain yourself, or is the salary enough as a teacher within that country?
Honestly, I do think that the salary is it's enough if you're not really, you don't want to leave extra, right? It will
Yeah.
depend on your lifestyle. If you are someone
Yes.
who likes a simple life, trust me, it's enough. But if you are someone who really want to save a lot of money and you're just thinking about the future, it wouldn't hurt to look at
Mm,
other opportunities. But
yeah.
here's the
Mhm.
thing, our contracts are really strict. They
Mm,
literally write that no side hustles, no, whether it's voluntary or paid. You, if you need to do something extra, you need to inform your employer and they can give you a permission to do that. But other than
mm,
that, it's really because of taxation thing. I think it has to do with you needing to pay tax, because you have to pay tax here and things like that. So if you're getting
mm.
more income, it will shift you from a different tax bracket. So that's one
Oh,
of the reasons. I'm not sure
makes
if it's
sense.
more than that, but I
No
think
problem.
also they
Yeah.
want you to focus on them because they are the ones who
Who
brought
brought
you
you
here. So
through?
they want
Yeah.
you to give them all your focus.
Loyalty. Loyalty is everything. So
Hmm.
tell me, in terms of the schooling structure, right? How is that? How is the setup? Is it still the same as South Africa, where we have high schools, primary schools? How
Okay.
does it work that
No,
side
no,
now?
no, no. It's so interesting. The setup is almost similar to Americans, actually.
Okay.
Not
Okay.
exactly, but almost. In
Yeah.
South Africa, we have I think for basic education, we have primary school and high school. That's it. So in Taiwan,
Great.
we have
Yeah. Trash as well. We start the early
yes,
childhood.
and crash. Yeah, Revita crash, crashing. But in Taiwan, they do have kindergarten. Then they will have elementary school. This is where I'm teaching. Elementary school, it's equivalent to primary school. But instead of from grade 1 to grade 7, it's from grade 1 to grade 6, right?
Okay.
That is
Yeah.
elementary school. And then they also have what they call junior high school. Junior high
Okay.
school, this is what in South Africa we would refer to senior primary or senior
Senior
primary,
phase.
senior phase. Yes,
Is it
yes,
grade 7 to grade
yes. That's grade 7 to grade 9. It's called
9?
junior
The
high school.
general teaching and training. I think that's
Yes,
the general education and training. Yeah, yeah.
yes, exactly.
Yes.
And then where in South Africa we call it FET, grade 10 to grade 12. Here
Yes,
in
yes, yes.
Taiwan they call it senior high school. That's where you find the real high school.
And
Yeah.
those are like different schools. Those are like
They're
different schools.
all different schools. They're all different schools. So even if
Oh,
each and every school has its own building, even if
yes.
maybe you can find, let's say for instance, you will find Mamo's elementary school and you'll find Mamo's high school. They might be close to each other, but they are their own like
So
they
it's
are
grade
their in
7 to grade 9, then it's grade 10 to grade 12,
yes,
basically.
different
Different
schools.
schools. Okay,
Mm,
makes sense. Thank you so much.
yeah.
I think I do have an idea of what to look out for when I come that side to say, you know what, I won't be able to see my crush. If I have a crush in high school, it's too
Yeah.
bad. It's so sad.
You know
But I
what?
think
You
it
know what?
all
That's
boils down to the kind of different abilities, skills that
mm,
each and every school, wants to inculcate in a child. So I think it's very
mm.
specific to those moral values and all the skills that they want to, instill in the kids. So normally here we ask people to just bring us some visual representations, so that we can have the real feel and some real representation in terms of how it's like out there, and obviously pictures. They always have a million words to say. So please
Oh
just show us
yeah.
some slideshow, Nyana, of what to look out for and whatever that you found relevant to share with us today.
Oh yes, yes, yes.
Okay,
Okay. Okay, I would love to show this.
okay,
So
okay.
I'm sorry for the Z. Yeah, it's supposed to be ZA.
Oh,
Yes,
it's that South
South
African red.
African
Okay,
red.
perfect. Got
Oh,
it.
so
Yes.
here I was gonna say that in South Africa the entry level. Oh, in South Africa the entry level it's like 20 something thousand before tax or deductions, but in
Mm-hmm.
Taiwan it's like 62, which is equivalent to 37,300. Now the deductions, if I may say, this is
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking specifically about public schools because I'm also working in a public school. The
Okay. Yes.
deductions that we have as foreign teachers, it's the health insurance. You also have the labor, and basically that's it. You have the tax. I forgot tax.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, you have
Mm-hmm.
tax, labor, and health
Yes.
insurance. So, and the health insurance is so interesting that you can literally go and do anything. It's already, well, you can add a certain extra amount. Like, for instance, I went to a dentist the other day just to wash my teeth. And you know how much they charged me?
No.
50 NT dollars. And 50 NT dollars, it's like almost equivalent to 25 rand. Imagine just to wash my teeth. So
Yes,
it's
and make
really
it look
interesting.
right and
Yes,
white.
yes. Yo, they will check your teeth and everything. So it's really interesting and it's nice. And I wonder if it would be something nice in South Africa if we could have a health
Yeah.
insurance, right? Instead
That's
of
good. Yeah, yeah.
medical bill.
That can be a thing to do. Yes. Thank you
Hmm.
so much. Yeah. The
Yeah,
next one.
and
Yeah.
yeah, so the next one, okay, so here I'm gonna show you a bit of cultural shocks that I
Ish, yeah.
I, I encountered when I got here. So in South Africa, this rule of leaving shoes outside when you get inside the house, you usually see it like where certain different types of churches, like there are certain
Yes.
churches where you don't go in with your shoes, you leave your shoes outside, or maybe if you're going to a sangoma's place like Endumbe,
Yeah.
you
That's weird. Yeah, yeah.
you have to leave your shoes outside. But here in Asia, it's a thing.
Oh.
Everyone, it's expected that if you are going to someone else's house, you need to remove your shoes. And because if you go inside someone else's house with the shoes, it's regarded as a form of disrespect, or you are
Oh.
disrespecting the household or something like that. And it's
Mm.
really for you to do that. So it's now a norm now. I'm now got used to it that I have to remove my shoes
You're
whenever I
careful now. Okay, that's
yeah,
good. Yes, the next
yeah.
one.
And
Okay.
then another interesting thing. Actually, I wouldn't um really say it's a cultural shock, but I
Yeah.
would say it's so interesting to see a functional public transport. Oh my goodness. I
Ooh,
grew up in South
I can
Africa.
tell
I
by the
grew up,
passion in your eyes that you know what you're waiting for this
oh
functionality.
my goodness. I grew up in Pimville in Soweto. I used to use
Yes.
trains. I used to use you know what, Reavaya
Taxis,
sometimes.
whatever. Yes.
Yeah, so it's so interesting to see that there are places where public transportation is so functional and it's very good.
Mm,
You know, I once read
mm,
a post somewhere. Someone once said that if you want to know how good the country is, it's where if even the rich person is able to use the
the
public
public
transport,
transport.
then you
Yes.
know that that country is really well managed and it's good. So I think Taiwan is one of those because we as Pushan, as Agnangena naye, Puma naye, and there's so
Or
many
for talking four by four
performers.
Masilisan. Four Masilisan.
So it's so
And
interesting
now you're
that they
like
have.
this in the taxi, like can't even move.
Oh, they have so many options. So they have public bicycles that call U bikes. They have MRTs and high speed trails. So these are, I would say, it's equivalent to train because these are
Okay.
fast trains. And then
Okay.
we also have buses like Reavaya. You use a special card. It's called an Easy Card. You can
Mm-hmm.
use an Easy Card or iCard. You load your money, and that very same card you can use it across all public transportation
Wow, that's
that is used
nice.
by
That's
the
nice.
government. Yeah,
Yeah, I like that.
even taxis, like private taxis, you can use that very same iCard. In some taxis, they will accept
Mm-hmm.
that. You just
Mm-hmm.
tap in, go wherever you are, and it's so interesting that transportation is so cheap. Well, except for
Mm.
like Ubers. Ubers, I find Ubers very expensive here. They do
Okay.
have, but they're very expensive.
Okay.
Oh, okay, with
Night
regards to this place,
markets. What are those? Oh my God, this looks interesting.
right. So night markets are very interesting.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
me, it was a shock for me one day when I woke. I was with my friends. We came back from this one event, and it was late at night. And we passed this place. We saw a lot of people. That was around 2 a.m., 3 a.m. We saw a lot of people and we got in. When we got there, it's a night market. People are eating, they're having meals late at night. Like it's
Wow.
like early mornings, people are eating. I'm like, wow. You know, in South Africa, you can't be outside around this time, you know?
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Yes.
But yeah, it's even a norm that you find people are eating at night. They do night markets
Mm.
and they have nice traditional Taiwanese food. You will find
Yes.
interesting food and they're very affordable sometimes. You'll find almost
Mm.
everything. So with the night markets, it's food. Sometimes you even find some people sell clothes. It's like you have everything that you could find here. Well,
Yes.
yeah, small things, not big things like cars and all
Yes.
that.
All
Another
right.
show. Oh my goodness. This
Are
is
those
so,
toilets?
yeah, these are toilets.
That's
Imagine.
true. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. These ones, they need people who know how to squat, to work out. You need to work out.
Yeah. Look at how low they
They're
are.
very low. So these are very common in public schools and in some public places, a lot of public places actually. Even malls, you will find that they do have squats toilet. So they do have the normal toilets that we're used to, but you would find maybe there's one or two and the rest are squats toilet in these are very interesting, actually good. They're very good. I actually enjoy it now. Before I was like,
Yeah.
ah,
But you
I
get used to
enjoy
it. You just get used to the whole idea. Yeah,
yeah.
it happens.
Mm.
Mm.
So here is the classroom set up. Okay.
Yes.
So this class doesn't really have much, but in most classes, the classes are like this. So all classes
Mm.
they have their own this what's this?
The,
Smart board.
the, the smart. Yeah.
Smart
Yeah.
boards, yes. All classes they all have their smart with the smart boards, and I would say that these schools are very well resourced. It's really interesting that they're very well resourced. These are
Mm.
public schools, and the classes are set up like this. Some classes they would have like a nap place where students can sleep Oh, so because we have a time, it's called nap time. Like just
Okay.
after lunch, you have 1 hour to sleep. You can
Oh,
sleep
nice.
and wake up and go back to work. So for me, it was a huge cultural shock that, my goodness, people sleep at work.
During work hours, who does
During
that? It's
work
a
hours,
warning in
like
South
it's a
Africa.
normal
Yeah.
thing. It's a normal thing.
Yeah.
People sleep and they wake up 1:30, classes starts.
Have you ever
Lunch break.
overslept? Have you ever overslept? Maybe like, oh, you
Oh, I
forgot,
was
like, I
gonna
have a
say
class
that
now.
story. First time when I got used to this, I was so
Yes.
excited. I was like, okay, Nami, I'm gonna take a nap. And I
Yes.
slept. I overslept and I had a class after lunch. So imagine how horrible it was when I had to wake up running late to class, yet I
Yeah.
was still at
Yeah.
work. Oh, it was a
Yeah.
horrible
Yeah.
day. But since from that time, I'm no longer sleeping.
Never.
So right now, I just told myself that I'll use this nap time to catch up on my South African soapies because I
Oh,
still love
yes.
them. I love Skim Sam. So I want to catch up and see what's happening there. So I use that
Yes.
1 hour to check what's happening in South Africa, my socials and things like
The
that.
political landscape, what's
Definitely,
happening, you know?
definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. And oh, this is very interesting. The students
Mm.
cleaning. Yeah, it's a norm. It's a normal thing that students are the ones that are cleaning their classes. They are the ones taking care of their classes, cleaning
Mm-hmm.
up and all that. And one of the interesting thing is that also their parents or the members of the community, the school belongs to them. They
Wow.
can use the facilities. It's just that I don't have a picture, and I was going to show you that during after school, you'll find that there are older people who will be using the school's grounds to run, do yoga, do all of these things because the school belongs to
Mm.
the community. It's a
I
public school.
love that.
So
Yes.
they themselves, the members of the community, they get an opportunity to pay back by volunteering, by helping out, cleaning, or even the
Yes.
library. They are the ones helping out there. Like it's
Yes.
so interesting to see that these people, they don't mind helping, not always waiting for salaries. I'm not really sure that they're getting paid, but I was once told that
Yeah.
they are volunteers. So the students are the
Mm.
community is also helping to do other like heavy duty chores, maybe like cutting grasses and things like that. It's the community
Yes.
doing that. So it's really interesting that the students here, they clean while us
Yeah.
back in
And it's a
South
good, and it's a
Africa.
good, and it's a good life lesson, hey, to look after
Exactly,
yourself and your
exactly.
environment.
And you know how us, when we were younger, we were taught also how to
Yeah.
clean. I remember when I was in primary school, we used to have like a day where we were cleaning, but now
Yes.
we don't have
Or have
time to
like
do that.
today is group one, tomorrow is group
Yes,
two. You know
exactly,
that,
exactly.
there's that, yeah, thing that you're doing, yeah, and that is
Yeah.
cleaning. Yeah.
And I think it was a good life lesson because we learned how to be responsible, to take care of
Yeah.
the property, and to take care of the environment that we live in, to
Yes.
learn how
Yes.
to be domesticated, not to always wait for someone to clean after us. So
Yes.
unfortunately, before I even left South Africa, I realized some of the students, they have that mentality that I umama u-aunt ukhona u-aunt uzoclean,
Yeah.
while such things anyway.
Yeah.
So guess what? So this one, I was gonna say that if you come here, as much as for me it was a bit of a challenge to get adjusted to this new environment,
Mm.
you will never feel alone because there's a lot of South Africans here.
Oh
There's
wow.
a lot of South Africans. You might not see them immediately because there are other people, but the more you are on social media, the more you go to public places, you will see that you are not alone. So
Ah, that's
this here, this picture, it was taken just a few weeks ago. This is an event organized by the Safa First. It's also organized by the South African Embassy usually.
mm-hmm.
So this is interesting because they have these events like twice a year, one in the south and another in the north. So this one,
Okay.
it was in the north side, and the other one that they will have around September or November, that is in the south. So all South Africans meet up, and you can do all the nice things that we usually do in South Africa: braai meet, play
Yes.
amapiano, the national anthem, Sister Bettina,
Yes. How we do
Majola,
it? How we do it this side?
you
Yes.
know, and we play Boma Piano. It's so
Don't you
nice. We
find yourself
dance.
crying to say, "Oh, I miss home" during those
No
sessions? Don't
way.
you find
You would never miss home while there are a lot of South Africans here. You
okay,
will
makes
be
sense. Yeah.
happy. And it's really so, so interesting. So, yeah, that's all for the pictures that I had.
Oh,
Um,
thank you so much for
on
sharing. You know, we can tell that there was some form of thought and effort that went through the slides. Thank you so much. And I'm very sure that our teachers, our viewers are going to appreciate that
Mhm.
information, highly assist. And obviously, we're looking forward to their feedback in terms of what they thought of the conversation and the experiences that side. So you're very much allowed to give us your suggestions, your questions in the comment section so that we can just address them as they come. So yes,
Yes.
we're busy with the Taiwan, we're busy with the culture that side. If you were to come to South Africa now,
Mhm.
let's say to say, Mamo, we're giving you 6 months, to just 6 months to a year to just transform our education system in any shape or form. What is the first immediate thing that you would do and implement, and why?
Okay. If I'm assuming that I have all the budget, all the human
Yes,
resources,
Tonga,
capitals, and
Tonga,
everything,
the world is
I'm
your
money.
oyster.
I'm the new Mamo
I'm
age.
in.
Like I'm
Yes,
doing the things now.
yes,
The
you're in
first thing
charge.
that I would do, honestly speaking, I would build more schools because I
Mm,
believe that we already have a lot of human capital. We have a lot of teachers that are
yeah.
out there sitting with qualifications, but they
Yes.
don't have jobs. So I would build more schools. If I build more schools, it means now it's also good for the community because builders, a lot of labor,
Employment.
the employment
Yes.
that will come from that.
Yes. Beautiful.
Another
Yeah.
thing, another thing is to the main reason I would like to build schools, it's to reduce the high level of overcrowded classrooms.
Yeah.
It's really so frustrating that teachers in South Africa they don't get an opportunity to really be more creative, in terms of playing with ideas and letting students needs and wants, weaknesses and strengths, because they have
Mm.
90 kids in one class.
Yeah. Most of the
When will
public
they
schools
get
aside, they're overcrowded.
exactly
Yes.
when will they get time to really,
Know the
just
students.
know the students, try to
Mm.
cater the student according to their strengths and weaknesses?
Yes.
How will they do that? Because they are also now there's also a lot of administration that it needs to be
Yes.
looked into. One thing I like about
Mm.
the Taiwanese system is that yes, I'm a foreign teacher, but you understand that I don't go to class alone. There's always someone helping me. There's two teachers in one class. In some schools, it's even like three teachers. There's like a homeroom teacher, there's you as a foreign teacher, and there's a co-teacher. Imagine one class with three teachers. It's a norm.
Wow.
But in South
Wow.
Africa,
I love that.
in South
Yeah.
Africa, people are still not taken serious because you find that this program, I mean, it's a good program, yeah, the EA there, but sometimes it even takes qualified teachers to be EAs. Imagine someone who worked, studied, they have all the qualifications, but they still have to work for the minimum wage. It's really painful for those people,
It
right?
is.
So
It is.
my first thing would be that I would honestly build more schools in order to reduce the overcrowding classes. In order to increase more employment of teachers, in
Yes.
order to increase more employment for the community or at
Mm.
large, where the schools will
Lovely
be
stuff.
there.
No, man,
Exactly,
I
because
agree
I do
with you.
believe that our economy it's not struggling because there aren't no ideas. There's a lot of ideas, but we really just need people to implement. We have great ideas,
Tension
and
and will.
exactly, I do believe even our government they do have ideas, but sometimes they
Implementation. Halfway,
it's
there'll be
taking
a
their
tender halfway
time.
through the process. The money is no longer there. You know?
I was even thinking about that. You know how in Taiwan also they have the administration system of education system, the administration system. It's only into two levels. It's national
Okay.
level, which is the MOE, which is Ministry of Education, and
Mm-hmm.
there's also the local level, which is what we call the
District.
district level, or here
Okay.
we would really say it's government, I would say municipal level, right? Which
Okay.
is
Okay.
district
Yeah. Yeah.
level. Yes, it's only two levels, but in South Africa, there's
Hey.
national,
You must
provincial, right?
account.
So
You must account.
the chain of command, it takes long for the information to get there, or even the tenders, it needs to go up and down way. So and so needs to check with so and
Yeah.
it takes a lot of time,
Yeah.
honestly. So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think those are the things that we could really consider in future to do. Honestly, I do think more schools would really help. Education, I know a lot of people, some people don't believe in education now with this AI. They feel that why would we still need to go to schools if there's chat GP that can write the whole essay for me and all that.
Ish.
But people are forgetting that schools are also a very great social institution, because it teaches
Absolutely.
people to be
Absolutely.
social, to live
The
among other people,
skills.
the
Yes.
skills, all of that you will need. Honestly, schools are not out of fashion. As much as there could be this AI coming in,
Even
we
teachers.
appreciate
Teachers
that
are not
and
out of
we love.
fashion.
Thank
Even
you.
the teachers. Yeah.
We love that and we embrace all this new technology.
Mm.
But please,
Yeah.
schools are great institutions that will teach our learners a lot of values, norms that are
Absolutely.
needed in order to be
True.
part of the community, in order to be
True.
part of the society. So that's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Thank you so much. And those are valuable, valuable insights that I think are worth consideration. I mean, if we have more schools, that means employment for the teachers, employment for
Yes.
the community. That also means less crowded classes. Very good and so true to what we can really attain or just aspire to, right? So now that you're in Taiwan, please just share with our audience in terms of some of the sites that they can use if they want to, move abroad as well and teach outside
Okay.
of South Africa. Yeah.
Okay. So if you want to teach in a public school, you don't really, actually, they don't want a lot from you. If you are a teacher, you already have everything. The main thing
Mm.
that they will need from you is your degree. You will, oh, by the way, the most interesting thing is that the honors, if you have honors like myself, shame, it's not that useful, because you will not, it will not add more money to your
Oh,
salary,
shame.
shame.
This is so
But
sad.
masters, on the other hand, though, it will give you a huge
Oh, people like
advantage.
us, the
Yeah,
masters.
the
Okay.
people,
Labels up.
the academics.
Yes.
So yeah, you need your degree, you will need your police clearance, you will
Oh, yes.
need your SAY certificate, very important. And for those who do not do a teaching degree, they will need, maybe, let's say, other degrees. You will need your degree either way, but it has to be, I think it should be a 4 year or 3 year degree. I'm not sure, but you need your TEFL or
Mm.
TESOL. Yes. But now, in order to teach in a public school, your TEFL or TESOL needs to be from a university. It needs to be issued from the university, not the online ones. They don't accept those. They
Yes.
want the ones from the VETs and the whatnot.
Oh,
So
wow.
so you need that. Otherwise, if you have your SACE, if you have your degree, your police clearance, your passport,
Yes, very
everything is
important.
very easy. Yes. Unlike other countries where you need to notarize, do all of these, authenticate, and
Yeah.
all of that is not needed.
Mm.
And another thing, after you have all your documents in order, these are the two most, I would say, very important and legit sites that you can, or recruitment
Yes.
agencies that you can look into. The first
Yes.
one is called Teach Taiwan. Teach
Okay.
Taiwan. Teach
Okay.
Taiwan is the agency that I used. You can find Teach Taiwan on Facebook, or even if
Okay.
you search on Google Teach Taiwan, you will find it.
Mm-hmm.
It's on Facebook. You will see it has this profile where there's like a blue and yellow T of some sort. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's
Mm-hmm.
Teach Taiwan. You can get that.
Okay.
And the second one, it's called Phoenix Group. Phoenix Group,
Mm-hmm.
I think you can also find it on Google or
Is it
Facebook.
Phoenix, Phoenix?
Yes,
Okay,
yes, that
perfect.
one. Phoenix, like
I can do very well
so,
in the spelling bee, right?
you can ace this.
Okay, excuse. Sorry to go
No,
offside.
no, no, no. No, it's okay. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's Phoenix Group. You will need the same documents, and
Yeah.
in most cases they will ask you to do a demo lesson, or sometimes
Mm.
they would ask you to do the interview, and they will record your interview and they will send to different schools. And if any school wants you, you'll get the
Oh, okay.
confirmation and all that, and you'll do the process, start
Mm.
apply and do send all your things. I think the
Mm-hmm.
whole process, if you have all your documents and everything, the whole process, if you got the school already, it could take less than a month. But if you still need to get your documents in order, I would suggest that just leave about 3 months in organizing everything.
Oh, yeah,
And
makes sense.
yeah,
Yeah, give yourself
because
time. Yeah, yeah.
sometimes one thing that takes a longer time is the police clearance, because they need the police clearance straight from Pretoria. That one, not the. I think there's another
One
one.
from the police station.
Yes, they don't
I don't
want
want
that
that one.
one. The one that usually people use for
24
safe,
hours. Is
the
that the one
24
24
hours.
hour
No,
one?
they don't want that one. They
Oh,
want the one
okay.
from the head office. Really, from you
Is
need
it
to go to
after
the
switch? I
police.
think it's after switch. Is it
After
after
switch,
switch?
yes, they
Okay,
don't
perfect.
want
Yeah.
that one. So you need to do uh, the the fingerprints and all that
Which
to
one
a
do they
local
want? Do they want the after switch one or the government one, which is the
government
police?
government issued, not AFI switch. So
Okay,
that's why I'm
perfect.
saying you need to do your fingerprint from your police station. Those and send it
Mm,
to Pretoria and all that.
okay,
So
perfect. All right.
yes.
Thank you so much. I think that is very also assisting in terms of our people, and if they want to go abroad, and then those sides are very worth noting. And then
Yes.
thank you so much for making the time again. Are there any
Oh, no
final or last
problem.
words that you want to share with our audience?
Okay, the final words is that
Yeah.
I really wish that people, especially young South Africans, get an opportunity to travel abroad, see
Mm,
what the world has to offer out there.
yeah.
You know, let's not be close-minded. Let's go out there and see what's happening and come back home when we have to. But I would
To
advise
implement,
people
to come and
to
implement. Yes, I
come
love
and
that. Yeah.
implement. Go out there, see what other people are doing, take
Mm,
what's right, bring it home.
mm,
There's so
mm.
much that we can do at home. And even if you go abroad for like 6 months, it's enough just
It's
to
something, right?
get fresh air,
A
different
whole
air.
perspective.
Yeah,
Mm,
different air, and come back home, get and do what is required, whatever. And just, don't be afraid to take risks. Take a risk and
mm,
see what's happening out there. For
absolutely.
one, another point that I would like to give, especially teachers who are already abroad, especially youngsters like myself, I would
Mm,
advise them to get themselves insurance for, that, like the few weeks back, there was this trend where a lot of people were a lot of people who are teaching abroad, they were dying, especially in China. There was a lot of It was trending a lot that so and so passed away, can we donate so that we can send her back home and things like that. So I was asking
mm,
people that those who are already abroad, look into other insurances that could offer that thing where you will be assisted in case of something bad that could happen, God forbid. But if something
mm,
bad could happen, that you'll be taken back home. And also they should remember to invest in their future. Remember to save for your retirement. There's a lot of retirement annuities even if you are working abroad. My favorite that I'm using, it's Easy Equities. You can do everything on your own, but I would advise people to look into investments where they will get assistance from professional financial advisors. So there's a lot of institutions that could offer that service. People should look into that, and yes, have fun, but remember that you will get old and you don't want to look back and you are broke. So save for your future and do everything in order to enjoy your future. Yeah.
Thank you so much. That is assisting in terms of us being futuristic in our thinking and also thinking about our retirement. And thank you once more for making the time this afternoon. You may have a good night. Thank you so much, Mamo.
Okay. Thank you. Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.
Bye for now. Thank you.
Bye.
Right, that was our speaker for the day, Mamo Chabalala, who is in Taiwan. If you need to know more about the conversation, please just be very much aware of our alerts and our notification across all social media platforms. And then we'll see you in the very next one. Please stay tuned for our quarterly newsletter, which will be published on the 31st of March. It is very interesting, and we have some new features in terms of what we want to also educate our people on. So please stay tuned, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.